Hi, my name is Ariana with Ohioans to Stop Executions and the No Death Penalty Ohio campaign. October 10th is World Day Against the Death Penalty, and there are many reasons to be against the death penalty, from cost, wrongful convictions, racial injustice, and more. But don't just take it from me, let's hear from other Ohioans on why they personally oppose the death penalty.
My name is Sister Sally Duffy. I'm a Sister of Charity of Cincinnati, Ohio, and live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I support ending the death penalty. For every 5 executions in Ohio, 1 person has been exonerated. We do not get this 100% right, and we can keep our communities safe without participating in killing. The 5th commandment teaches us not to kill. So let's keep our community safe. Let's not participate in killing, and let's end the death penalty in Ohio forever. Thank you.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Derek Wayne Jamerson. I'm the 119th death row exoneree in the United States, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, born and raised in Ohio. The reason I think we need to end the death penalty is because we're making too many mistakes. Because, over 200 men and women been exonerated from a death row around the United States. So that's the problem right there. That's 200 and some problems right there that we need to get rid of, And, nobody should be allowed to say who should live or die in America, Thank y'all. I love you guys, and continue to support us in this abolition movement to end the death penalty around the world. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm Sister Laura Brieger, President of the Ursuline Sisters of Cleveland. In March of 1995, our sister Joanne Marie Masha was raped and murdered. She had been such a woman of peace and of prayer. The prosecutor and the jury both supported the death penalty, but the sisters opposed it as contrary to the gospel message. Daniel, who killed her, received a life sentence with the possibility of parole. Last year, Daniel wrote a letter to the sisters, extending an apology and taking full responsibility for his actions. When the sisters accepted the letter, they absolutely forgave Daniel from their hearts. If Daniel had been killed by capital punishment, this healing that happened never could have occurred. And that is why my sisters and I oppose the death penalty.
I'm Nancy. We know that since 1989, more than 1,400 people have been wrongly convicted of murder. Of these, 143 were sentenced to death. We don't know how many innocent people have been executed before they could prove their innocence. There is a significant risk of wrongful execution. We must abandon the death penalty.
As an act of nonviolence, I, Catherine, oppose the death penalty, for it is tragically fallible, recycles trauma, and reopens wounds with every appeal. It does not assuage grief nor restore what was lost. It ignores co-victims who prefer to walk in the way of forgiveness, not the steps to an execution chamber, and it ends a life, often one shaped by trauma, poverty, or systemic neglect. In the Christian scriptures, the prophet Micah asks and answers the question of what God requires of his people: to do what is just, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with God. The death penalty fails all 3. What is required of us then is to boldly build a justice system that speaks not only for the victims of violence, but for the victims of a broken system, that creates justice that does not risk the taking of an innocent life.
Hello, my name is Sharon Harris. I'm an associate of the Sisters of Notre Dame USA and a volunteer and board leader with Ignite Peace Cincinnati. I oppose the death penalty for all the reasons, but especially because its use fails to see the dignity and the humanity in all persons. Robert Heinlein wrote, "Under what circumstances is it moral for a group to do that which is not moral for a member of that group to do alone? How can we say that state-sponsored homicide is right?" Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sue Presoff, and I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I volunteered to work to end the death penalty. I oppose the death penalty based on my religious belief. I believe that all life is sacred. I have met and worked with inmates in the prison system and have learned that there is more than one side to every story, and these all sides needs to be addressed. And I don't believe that killing our fellow human beings is the answer. We need to take the time to tackle the issues causing this madness. Work with inmates, families, and with victims. Offer alternatives that start the violent cycle. Start in our own family. Offer time, patience, and alternatives. Remember, at any time, you and yours can become involved with the justice system, and you will want to be treated as fairly as can be. And then ask yourself, why do we kill people who kill people? To show them that killing people is wrong. Thank you.
I'm Deacon Paul Kipstool from the Roman Catholic Diocese of Cleveland. I stand firmly opposed to the death penalty. My faith tradition and my values rely on two main principles. One is the inherent dignity that is in each and every person created in the image and likeness of God. And the other is a respect for the complete and total sanctity of life. The death penalty runs contrary to both of these themes.
Hi, I'm Marge, and I oppose the death penalty for the simple reasons that everyone else has likely expressed them. It does not deter crime. It does not make our streets safer. In fact, we have wasted millions and millions of dollars, according to our own Attorney General, every single time we're pursuing one of these cases. Stop it already. Use the funds for things that work to curb crime and support victims and victims' families. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jim. As Ohio's Attorney General, I monitored 18 executions. DNA taught us that wrongful conviction is much more frequent than we would have ever imagined. Let's stop the executions.